Hey everyone, King's Political Channel here. I wanted to share my thoughts on the NFL National Anthem protest controversy. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not supportive of it at all. As we go more into this channel, you'll probably be able to see why. But I think it's really disrespectful to do anything during the national anthem except stand. That's something I would have done as an edgy teenager. So I think that's pretty lame. I don't care what you're trying to do. The fact that you're trying to do it during the national anthem is really disrespectful. And, the American flag and the national anthem really means a lot to a lot of people. People died for that flag. The flag represents our country. And, protesting during it is basically just saying you're against America and you're against our military, police, the people of America. And that's a big problem. I can't really agree with that image. I think it's a horrible image, and that's why I feel the way I do. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing; doesn't matter. Don't do it during the national anthem. If they want to do it during halftime, I wouldn't care as much. I still would be annoyed by it. I still wouldn't approve of it. But okay, fine. It's not really bugging anybody. If they want to do it after the first quarter, if they want to even take a thing in between plays and do it, like that wouldn't bother me as much. It's the fact that they're doing it during the national anthem that is the problem to me. The whole issue about police brutality is bogus anyway. Police only kill 1% of blacks. Blacks kill 97% of blacks. To me, that's the bigger issue. I think it kind of expands upon a lot of the things that we're seeing. We've been seeing through the various Missouri protests, the Michael Brown case, the Trayvon Martin case. If you've noticed, all these cases follow the same trend. Someone breaks the law or is apprehended by police. They don't listen. The police have to take further action. They tend to resist and fight back, and the police start to get concerned that something's going to happen to them, and something ends up happening to the person who won't listen. You got to understand about police is that they deal with drunken high people every day. Watch any episode of Cops, and I know Cops probably isn't the best example of what a normal policeman goes through, but half the people they arrest are doing shit because they're drunk and high, and that's a big problem. That's why you see people doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing because they're not in their right mind. And police just can't take that chance. When you fight back, they don't know if you don't have a weapon, especially if you're resisting. They don't know what you're going to do or what kind of mindset they're in. And it's not worth the risk. They're just going to do what they got to do to get you to listen if you refuse to. I think blacks have a lot bigger issues that actually can be solved, and going after stuff like police brutality is number one, racism and stereotyping, because you're grouping a whole bunch of police together, thousands, millions of police for, because of one person. And we don't like doing that. Blacks really don't like it when that's done to them. So I don't see how this is a effective way of dealing with any issues. I mean, there are some bad police. Don't get me wrong. There's bad people and everything. There's bad janitors. There's bad royalty. There's bad athletes. I mean, pick a job. Pick your job. There's some bad apples there. There's some good apples there. And sometimes, unfortunately, the bad apples, the things they do, trumps the people who do good. And that's a big problem. I think this whole situation is just part of the bigger spin of the media and the athletes to try to create tension in the U.S. over the election. And I think it's just I think it's just an extension of the arm of, the deep state trying to do something with this country. And to me, it really feels like we're leading towards a civil war or a race war. And I think this is really just an extension of that. I think this is black versus white. And I think it's just part of the bigger picture. But back to the anthem. Like I said, I don't care when they do it, just not during the anthem. I don't think this is solving anything. And the fact that President Trump was able to turn this into an issue where it's the NFL players going against Trump, it only helps President Trump more because you're basically going against America by going against him. So I think that's a big problem. I don't think I honestly think that whether you're you're Democrat or Republican, 90% of people are going to be against messing around during the national anthem. So I don't think the NFL or its players is winning any people on that. When you think about the NFL, it's really a bigger issue to me because they're a business. They're a company. Republicans buy NFL tickets too, and if you look in the stands, most of the people are white. So, I mean, they're the paying audience here, and the NFL is so big in many deep red places, and you know, anytime you introduce politics, you get half your base angry, plus the people who don't care about politics. And I've been calling it politisports because, the game's not even important anymore. People aren't tuning in to watch the football game. They're tuning in to see who did something stupid during the anthem. So, I mean, the NFL really dropped the ball here. I think Trump was a genius to get involved in this because it made him look like the man, and it made him look like the guy on Team America's side. And I got to give him credit. The players protesting against him just were literally doing what he wanted. Like, he just pulled the strings to get him to do that. And you had to know that they were going to resist and act further upon that. So, I mean, Trump is the master of 4D chess. He is always two steps ahead of everybody. And this situation, he took a situation that a lot of his fan base wasn't happy about, and he made it into a political issue. And you got to give props to it. Uh, Everyone thinks he's dumb, but my logic is he's either the dumbest, luckiest person in the history of the world, or he's really actually smart and has a clue at what he's doing. And I think it's more the latter. So I hope these protests stop. The sooner the better. I don't think it's helping anyone. I think it's hurting everybody except for President Trump. But the further they take this, the more it's going to help the right side. And, if that's the way they want to do it, at least we're going to win in the end on this one. That's my thoughts on the whole national anthem controversy. And stay tuned for more as we'll be updating as much as we can. Thank you.